Day 27. Sexuality, Love, and the Human Spirit. Distinguishing attraction, attachment, genuine love, and spiritual affinity. Inspired by the Grail message of Abdrushan. Note: this lesson uses a Grail message-inspired spiritual framework. It treats sexuality as one part of human relationships and emphasizes dignity, freedom, mutual consent, responsibility, and mature love. Theme: do not mistake the fire of attraction for the light of love. Opening reflection. One of the greatest sources of confusion in human relationships is the tendency to call every powerful feeling love. A person may feel intense physical attraction and say, "I love you." Another may fear losing someone and call that love. Another may become emotionally dependent and call it love. Another may desire sexual intimacy and believe that the strength of the desire proves the depth of the relationship. But intensity is not necessarily depth. From the perspective of the Grail message, the human being should strive to distinguish the different forces operating within relationships rather than allowing them all to become confused under one word. There is a profound difference between attraction, attachment, infatuation, affection, companionship, and genuine love. Learning this difference protects the heart from many unnecessary wounds. 1. Physical attraction. Physical attraction is natural. You may notice someone's face, voice, body, mannerisms, energy, beauty, presence. You may feel excitement in their presence. There is nothing inherently wrong with this. But attraction tells you, "I am drawn toward this person." It does not yet tell you, "This person is right for me." Nor does it prove, "I truly love this person." Attraction is an invitation to learn more, not a command to surrender judgment. 2. Infatuation. Infatuation can feel even stronger. You may think about someone constantly. You may idealize them. You may overlook obvious weaknesses. You may imagine an entire future together before you truly know the person. Everything seems extraordinary. But infatuation often depends heavily upon imagination. You may not be loving the actual person. You may be loving the image of the person you have created in your mind. Time is one of the great tests. As the idealized image gradually encounters reality, you discover whether genuine affection can remain. 3. Emotional attachment. Attachment develops when another person becomes deeply connected with your emotional life. This can be beautiful. Human beings need companionship and meaningful bonds. But attachment can become unhealthy when it turns into possessiveness, jealousy, fear of abandonment, emotional dependence, control, inability to function independently. A mature relationship allows closeness without destroying individuality. You can deeply love someone without believing, "You belong to me." Love seeks union. Possession seeks ownership. They are not the same. 4. Genuine love. Genuine love is deeper than attraction and more stable than infatuation. It seeks the good of the other person. It asks, "What is good for you?" Not merely, "What can I get from you?" Genuine love contains qualities such as respect, truthfulness, patience, faithfulness, generosity, responsibility, compassion, freedom, courage, willingness to sacrifice selfish advantage. Love does not mean agreeing with everything someone does. Sometimes love tells the truth. Sometimes love establishes a boundary. Sometimes love says no. Sometimes love lets go. Love is not weakness. 5. Love does not possess. One of the clearest tests of love is what happens when another person exercises freedom. If someone says, "No," can you respect them? If someone chooses differently from what you wanted, can you remain respectful? If someone decides not to continue a relationship, can you accept their decision without revenge or intimidation? This is difficult. But it reveals maturity. A person who says, "If you love me, you must obey me," is confusing love with control. Genuine love does not require the destruction of another person's freedom. 6. Sexual intimacy is not proof of love. This principle deserves special attention. Sexual intimacy can occur without genuine love. And genuine love can exist without sexual intimacy. Therefore, sex is not a reliable measuring instrument for the depth of love. Someone may desire your body intensely and still be incapable of loving you responsibly. Another person may genuinely care for you while respecting boundaries and waiting for the appropriate circumstances for intimacy. Therefore, never allow someone to persuade you. If you loved me, you would have sex with me. That is emotional manipulation. Love does not demand physical proof. 7. Spiritual affinity. Within the spiritual framework of this course, people can also experience a deeper form of affinity based upon shared values and direction. Two people may be drawn together because they appreciate truth, goodness, service, beauty, responsibility, spiritual development, meaningful work. Such affinity can strengthen a relationship because the two people are not merely attracted to one another's bodies. They are also inspired by qualities in one another. This does not mean that every strong feeling of spiritual connection is automatically genuine. Discernment remains necessary. 8. The test of time. Time reveals much. Ask: does this person remain respectful when disappointed? Are they truthful when lying would benefit them? How do they treat people from whom they have nothing to gain? How do they behave under pressure? Do they respect boundaries? Can they apologize? Can they forgive? Do their actions agree with their words? These questions often reveal more than romantic declarations. Character is demonstrated repeatedly. 9. Love and sexuality in their proper relationship. Sexual attraction can enrich a loving relationship. But it should not become the foundation upon which the entire relationship rests. A healthy relationship allows friendship, right pointing arrow, trust, right pointing arrow, respect, right pointing arrow, emotional intimacy, right pointing arrow, commitment, right pointing arrow, appropriate physical intimacy. The exact order and timing can differ between people and cultures, but the underlying principle remains. Physical intimacy should not be allowed to substitute for emotional and moral maturity. The body can become intimate much faster than the heart and character can develop. Wisdom allows the deeper dimensions of relationship to grow. Practical exercise. The 4-layer test. If you are attracted to someone, or reflecting upon an existing relationship, consider these 4 questions. Layer 1. Body. Am I physically attracted to this person? Be honest. Layer 2. Emotion. How do I feel when I am with this person? Do I experience peace, insecurity, excitement, jealousy, dependence? Layer 3. Character. What do I genuinely know about this person's character? Not what you hope is true. What have their actions demonstrated? Layer 4. Spirit and purpose. Does this relationship encourage both of us toward greater truth, responsibility, love, and usefulness? The deeper the relationship goes, the more important the latter questions become. Reflection questions. Have I ever mistaken attraction for love? Have I ever loved an image of someone more than the actual person? Do I confuse emotional dependence with love? Can I love someone without trying to possess them? Do my relationships make me more truthful, responsible, and compassionate? What qualities do I want to develop in myself before demanding them from another person? Daily practice. Today, whenever you think, I love this person, add another question. What does my love cause me to do? Does it make you more patient, more truthful, more respectful, more faithful, more responsible, more generous? Or does it make you possessive, jealous, manipulative, obsessive, selfish? The fruits reveal the nature of the tree. Daily affirmation. I distinguish attraction from love, attachment from freedom, and desire from responsibility. I do not confuse intensity with depth. I seek relationships founded upon truth, respect, friendship, faithfulness, freedom, and genuine care. May my love for others make me nobler, more responsible, more truthful, and more capable of serving the good. Closing meditation. Think of a flame. Attraction can be like a sudden flame, bright, warm, and powerful. But a lasting fire requires fuel, care, and protection. Genuine love is more like the enduring fire. It may not always be dramatic. It may sometimes be quiet. But it continues to provide warmth because it is fed by truth, trust, patience, fidelity, respect, and responsibility. Do not despise the flame of attraction. Simply do not mistake its brightness for the warmth of a mature fire. Closing thought. Human sexuality becomes healthier when it is placed within a larger understanding of human love. Attraction can awaken interest. Affection can deepen connection. Friendship can build trust. Commitment can establish stability. Sexual intimacy can express closeness. But genuine love reaches further. It seeks the good of another human being without reducing that person to a source of pleasure, validation, or possession. The mature human spirit therefore does not ask only, "Who attracts me?" It asks, "Whom can I genuinely love, respect, serve, and walk beside in truth?" That question leads the heart toward a much clearer light. Tomorrow, Day 28, Sexuality, Society, and the Next Generation, becoming a source of truthful sexual education rather than passing confusion to others.